And so, and so that's that issue. Yeah. His next issue here is that libertarian free will, notice this, does not exist in heaven.
Yeah.
Right? All Orthodox Christians agree that there will be no ability to sin in heaven, right? The eternal state. In other words, all of the glorified believers' choices will be good choices with no possibility of acting evil or even thinking an evil thought, right? So we will be fully conformed to the same unhindered moral perfection that Christ was and is, and God will guarantee that we will not sin in heaven. So if it's as good as the libertarian free will theist thinks it is, why doesn't it exist in heaven?
Yeah.
Right? That's the issue here.
Here's my Star Trek reference for the episode. Star Trek V, where they go try and find God with a spaceship. Spock's brother, Cybuck, has the ability to kind of remove pain from a person's life in order to kind of open their mind to this idea of the divine. And there's a great speech within it where Kirk says, no, I need my pain. I am my pain. Part of my painful memories makes me who I am. But yet, the Bible tells us that we'll not remember a sin anymore. And we don't even care what happens here on kind of the earthly plane because we are so focused on who God is and our relationship with him in heaven that all tears will be wiped away from our eyes. And it seems like our idea of even what sin is replaced. We might have some kind of sense to it in some capacity but that seems only to be in relationship of who God is. So it doesn't seem like we are our pain. We need our pain. And in heaven, there's no ability to do evil. So does that mean that we don't exist? We don't have freedom? What
We're
are
not who we really are?
Are we kind of the Jehovah's Witness? We're kind of this recreated being that's not really us, but is just like the good parts that God has commingled together from the universe. It seems like it's a happenstance here where this idea of, if it seems so good, then why isn't it carried on?
Right. Why isn't it?
If that makes us who we are, to remove it seems to be not who we are.
Yeah.
But isn't the whole point of Scripture to get us into a right standing relationship with God at who we are? We are creatures. We still maintain creature relationship to the Creator.
And our own individuality.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So that seems to be a big issue there. Thus, if libertarian free will is such a valuable, even necessary treasure, indispensable for generating moral good, then how do we explain that heaven will have no such treasure? How is it that neither God himself nor the angels possess such freedom of contrary choice? Within the fall of the heavenly realm, even, it seems like there's no, the demons believe, but they don't ascend up into heaven, or there's no redemption for them. They might say, Jesus, you are the Christ, the anointed one of God, but there's no redeeming act for them. That's not a good thing that they do. Jesus shuts them up and casts them into pigs and expels them and makes them not emissaries of that important message. But here, if libertarian free will is not necessary for freedom to exist in the greatest being, that is God, or in the greatest place, that is heaven, then how could it be necessary for human freedom and responsibility in the here and now? Why is that we need it in order to be human, who we are, the creatures God made us to be in this time, in this place, enacting his will in some capacity, and making relevant choices that are still within the confines of some version of freedom. It seems like we would continue on with those as part of our necessary being. We don't go from creature to divine being. It's not this cartoon version of we suddenly become angels and start guarding, George Bailey or whatever it might be. But we still have parts of us that are still that created creature, and we just have our sin nature removed. So to have that removed, to live with glorified bodies, it doesn't seem like the ability to do evil is in there. And so it doesn't seem like it's part of our necessary being.
Right. So if this is important, first, why, doesn't God have the ability to make contrary choices? Why doesn't the devil have the ability to make contrary choices? Why don't angels have the ability to make contrary choices? And why doesn't it exist in heaven, right? Where we will not have the ability to make contrary choices other than good choices, right?
Right.